For today's video, I wanted to do something similar to what I did last year, which is like a best of 2024 video. This is like basically everything that was holy grail, creme de la creme, things that I really loved last year. Everything from like some of the viral products I tried in 2024, new things I discovered, we've got fashion, we've got beauty, hair, fragrance, literally everything. And I thought I would include it all in one video here for you today in case you were interested. It's kind of like a follow-up as well to a lot of different things that I've tried. There's also going to be some repeat stuff from like previous videos or years because I just love it that much. So this may not be like things that I entirely like discovered in 2024, but things that I really loved and used a lot in 2024, you know? So we know how I love to chat. I do feel that this is going to be a very long video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my 2024 favorites. Okay, so starting off with viral products, I feel like in 2024, I tested out like a decent amount of viral products and not anything like too excessive, but I had a lot of fun making like TikTok viral trends, products, recipes, hacks videos. Like they're so much fun for me. I really enjoy it. And of all of the things that I tried in 2024, I would say my top things that I still really love and enjoy and use are number one, surprisingly, the walking pad. I've like fallen back in love with it after not using it for I don't know, 5 months. It's weird because I have this like love-hate relationship with the walking pad. I think it's less about the walking pad and more about me and like my inability to be consistent with anything. So my actual walking pad that I bought is fine. If you missed it, I did an entire dedicated video on testing out my walking pad, and then I also did a follow-up video where I kind of like updated everybody on all of the viral products and trends and things that I've tried. So I'll link both of those down for you below. But I like have had a very hot and cold relationship with it, but recently I've gotten back into it. And I really do appreciate the walking pad for those days that you can't make it outside or you want to get some work done while you're walking or whatever it may be. So I really actually have been enjoying it lately, and that one kind of surprised me. The next one is this K&K hot curling brush. I tested this out probably like in the spring of this year, and I will say I have gone back to it several different times. It's really fun for that kind of like blowout look, or if you want those like really bumped ends, like if you want to curl your ends either in or out. I think it's really great for that. But I do use my Dyson for that kind of look as well. So it's kind of like, I guess, a more affordable option if you're looking for that. But I actually still have this. I still use it. There's literally hair all up in it. And I kind of like unexpectedly fell in love with this thing. When I first used it, I was like, yeah, it's really good. But like, I think it's kind of overpriced. I think you can get a better one. And like, I'm sure that's still true. But I honestly like reach for it all the time. Especially if I have my hair up and I want to do like a cute little sort of like voluminous, I don't know, just like addition to a ponytail or whatever. I think it's really nice. So honestly, kind of surprising, but I really did use this quite a lot in 2024. Next up is the Simple Modern Tumbler. I actually used this a decent amount, and actually Drew started using this a lot in 2024. If you missed it, I filmed a video where I tested out a lot of really viral, trendy products and then also their dupes, like a less expensive dupe version. And this was a dupe for the Stanley Cup, and I did a little bit of women in STEM work there. I like tested out the temperature after 24 hours, and actually this one kept the water and the ice colder after 24 hours. So I mean, it was like, I guess like $10 or so less. It's just an insulated, you know, stainless steel cup, but it worked. I do kind of wish I had gotten a cuter color, but I got a black one for me and Drew to share. And like, I still really like it. I still use it all the time, honestly. And I honestly still really recommend this, and I reach for it all the time. My last viral product is a little bit of a surprising one, not because it wasn't good or anything, but I was just sort of like not wowed by it at all. And that is this eyelash comb. This little comb thing is supposed to comb through the clumps of your mascara, or even just like after you apply your mascara, you can run it through your lashes, and it supposedly gives it a lot more of like a polished look and less of a clumpy look. I don't particularly mind clumpy-ish lashes, but lately I've been using a mascara that really can leave a lot of clumps if you layer it too much. So I've been reaching for this all the time recently. I do a lot of the time wear like little false lash cluster things that last me for like a week. So I don't always wear mascara, but when I am, I'm using this thing all the time and I love it. I actually can't believe how much I've used this recently, and I was like, wow, I'm really eating my words here. I kind of am obsessed. To be clear, I use it for getting like a giant clump out of my lashes, not like as a every time, you know, combing through my lashes type of thing, but for the clump removal, I like it. for makeup, I thought that I would cover like basically my staple go-tos because I'm kind of like a creature of habit. I really use a lot of the same products over and over and over again. I've worn the same brand of eyeliner since like 2012. If I love a foundation or a mascara or whatever it is, I'm gonna use it forever. So I didn't try like a ton of new stuff, but the things that I really, really loved and wore almost every single day this year are, first of all, this Superstay foundation by Maybelline. This is so good. I'm certain I've talked about this in videos before, but it's like a 24-hour skin tint type of thing. So it almost has like a little dropper as if it was like a serum or skincare or something, but it's a full coverage foundation. Or I guess you could say like medium to full buildable coverage. It's definitely long wearing, and then it has some like, so they say, some elements of skincare in it, but I love this stuff. It makes my skin look so good, and I don't really have very good skin. I feel like cameras like this don't show it as much, but I have just a lot of like pores and texture and stuff like that, and so this really helps me a lot. I really, really do like it. I think I have it in 3 different shades right now. I also think it's maybe $12, so to me that's like a very affordable alternative to like the $60, you know, high-end foundations I had been using before. This one's great. I literally love it. For a concealer, I have been loving this Kosas concealer. This is called the, what is this called? I think it's called the Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer. And let me say, okay, it does have a weird smell. Like after a while, it smells a little funky, but I love this stuff so much. It literally melts into my skin as if it's my skin. Like I'm obsessed. Sometimes on days where I don't want to wear foundation, but like I have, you know, acne scarring, rosacea to cover, whatever, I will just like slather some of this on my skin and it looks so good and it lasts a really long time. So even though this is like a more, I guess technically high-end foundation or concealer, I mean, I really do strongly recommend it. And like, I'm a lifer. As long as they make this, I'm gonna keep buying it. Like it is that good. I'm just personally obsessed. I know it works differently for different people, but I think I went through like 5 of this in 2024. That's how much I loved it. For a mascara, since I consider myself to be quite a mascara connoisseur, I have probably tried like 50 mascaras in my lifetime. Like I have always been so intrigued by mascara. I'm trying every high-end version, every drugstore version. Like I just love trying out new mascaras, and this one has completely replaced all of the mascaras that I have, and it's really affordable and really good. And this is the Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Tubing Mascara. I discovered tubing mascara, I guess in like 2024? Yeah, I would have been. And truly, this has changed the game for me. So it's like a completely different formula than a typical mascara. I think, again, I've like talked about this in videos before, but it really like has these fibers in it that you can build off of, and it creates so much volume and just so much like drama to your eye. But it doesn't look super unnatural if you don't want it to be either. Like it's very buildable. And recently I just like out of habit repurchased the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I applied it side by side with this one just to be curious, and the Too Faced one looked like shit compared to this. Like this just is that girl. Like if you're looking for a really amazing mascara that is gonna last and that you can literally just like rub off with water on your finger because it like, you know, collects the fibers on your finger and then washes down the drain that way, this is the one for you. Like I literally love it. For lip glosses, I have, I think, talked about these in videos. Again, if I have, let's just acknowledge it, okay? If it's a repeat, that's okay. But I think I've purchased like a few different shades of these, and this is the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly. I have the color XOXO and Cashew, and these are so good. They're not sticky. They don't leave that like weird white line on the inside of your lips. Like I truly avoid lip gloss for that exact reason. Like nothing grosses me out more than that like line of white. Oh, this doesn't do that for me at all. It's not like super long wearing because it's a gloss, but it's not super sticky. It's not gross. It doesn't feel really drying on the lips or anything like that. I put on like a chapstick or even sometimes a lipstick underneath, and I love these. Strongly recommend them, and I need like a million more colors. Next up, for a fragrance slash body category, I have quite a few things. I like to call them my smelly goods. I just love having a scented product on my skin, but not something that's too strong. Like I get really icked out by perfumes. If I try like a sample of a perfume at a store, I'm like running to the bathroom to like wash my hands and my arms off because I just hate that really perfumey scent, if that makes sense. Like I'm very picky. So these are things that have been tried and tested by me that I truly love and literally wore probably every day in 2024, honestly. The first one is like, this is my ride or die, this is my baby, this is my girl right here, and this is the EOS 24-hour moisture body lotion in vanilla cashmere. Oh my god, it's so good. Do yourself a favor and grab this if you're a vanilla girly, if you liked warm vanilla sugar, if you liked vanilla lace, if you liked anything vanilla scented in your lifetime from Bath & Body Works or Victoria's Secret, millennials, you know. This is the one for you. Like, I love the formula. It's so moisturizing. I apply it to my arms and legs every single day. I even have like a little hand version for my purse because I love it so much that I can't be without it. This even sometimes like doubles as sort of a perfume if I'm like applying it right before I leave the house. It's obviously not for everyone, but I get so many compliments on this, you have no idea. And I'm like, you need to get it for yourself and try it out. Like, it's literally that good, and it's a $10 bottle of lotion that truly will change your life. Speaking of vanilla, another vanilla scented thing that I have truly grown to love, and I think it's because it reminds me of like the Bath & Body Works body spray days, and this is the Being Frenchy Sooth and Comfort Cashmere Vanilla Hair, Body, and Linen Mist. This stuff is so good. It reminds me of those days of like going into my backpack, grabbing my little Victoria's Secret body spray in between classes, and like truly having an experience, you know what I mean? And this is, I didn't even know that this was for linens as well, but I do spray it in my hair sometimes, like before I head out the door, and I layer this with my perfumes as well. And this cashmere vanilla is just like a very, you know, classic vanilla scent, kind of reminiscent of warm vanilla sugar, but like a little bit more mature than that. Warm vanilla sugar is a Bath & Body Works scent, by the way. I figured everyone knew that, but a lot of people probably don't. And this is great for those days where you want something a little bit lighter that's not heavy like a perfume, but you just want like a little boost or just something a little fresh, you know what I mean? And I love this scent. I've also recently tried the scent that I think it's called Moon Milk. It's like a Santal type of scent. I bought that for my niece recently, and that one smells really, really good as well. So definitely recommend these. This is Ashley Tisdale's brand, by the way, and it's so good. That said, when I'm in the mood for like a good actual perfume, like a stronger, more long-wearing perfume, I have not been able to stop wearing the Lake and Sky 1111 fragrance. Oh my god. This smells so divine. I don't even remember where I first heard about this, but it's just the cleanest, nicest, freshest scent. Does it even say the notes? It literally doesn't. I bought this just completely on a whim. I want to say maybe like a couple people I followed on TikTok were talking about it or something like that. It's kind of like a perfume oil, at least the one that I got. It comes in a roller ball. I've been using it for, god, half a year at this point, and I'm a third of the way done with it, and I use it all the time. So that just goes to show it really does last. And like, oh my god, it's so special. Like, it really is my dream signature scent. So I a lot of times will wear this, and then I'll do a couple spritzes of vanilla, and that's me in a little scented cloud moving through life. I love this stuff. I can 100% guarantee that this will be my signature scent in 2025 as well. Then for another little body care product, I discovered this like just on a whim. I was at Target. I didn't see anything about it, I don't think. I think I just like picked it up on my own. And this is the Salt Air Rejuvenating Body Wash in the scent Santal Bloom, and like, oh my god. Anything Santal, honestly, is like one of my favorites. I love the Santal scents from Le Labo. Those are extremely expensive, and this is a lot more affordable, and you can get it at Target. This is just like a typical body wash. It lathers really well. It's not like a super moisturizing body wash, but it's like a soapy body wash. Does that make sense? They also make like hair and body care as well, so I'm definitely super excited to test more of these out because I'm definitely gonna be picking more of these up because I use it, Drew uses it. It just smells so divine. Oh, I love it. So it's like a body product and kind of a scent at the same time. Okay, next up for hair, I narrowed it down to 3 different things because I, again, am like a creature of habit. I use a lot of the same stuff. I use like a prescription shampoo because, you know, oily scalp problems. I use my same conditioner that I've pretty much used on and off since high school, since I switched back to drugstore products, and then like I'll occasionally switch out leave-in conditioners, or I'll use like K18 or whatever. But these 3 things are like my holy grail must have. Like, even if I'm traveling, I need them. Like, they are just part of my life at this point. So the first one is this It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. I've been using this, again, probably on and off since high school. This says it does 10 things instantly. It has all of these different claims. It's like a leave-in conditioner, a heat protectant, all that kind of stuff. And to me, the smell is almost kind of like the Ralph Lauren Ralph perfume that we used to all wear back in high school. It just smells so good. Or like the Britney Spears perfume, or like maybe it was Paris Hilton. Either way, it smells really nostalgic for me. I spritz about, I don't know, 7 to 10 sprays in my hand, and I just rub them through the mids to the ends of my hair every time I get out of the shower. It's like a detangler. It smells divine. It makes my hair nice and soft, and I love it. What more can I say? I literally will buy this forever. This next product is a styling product and something that I use when I'm typically doing like my slick back buns, and it's hydrating and has hold. So that's kind of the best part of it. And this is called the Day Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 Styling Cream. This is one of the most divine scents ever. Oh, I've talked about this so many times in videos, but I love this stuff. I think this is like my 3rd huge tube of this that I've bought, and I definitely need to buy more. I love this brand. I love Amber Fillerup. She is a fellow Arizona girl who is a content creator on YouTube. She started out as like the Pinterest braid queen, and now she's kind of ventured off into like a hair care brand, and I love this stuff. I love the way it smells. I love that it's not like a sticky, crunchy, crispy gel when I'm doing like a slick back bun. I also feel like it's extra kind of nourishing. Like it's almost like putting in a really thick conditioner when you're doing your slick back, but it holds it a little bit as well. I just like feel like this is the best product for slick backs in my opinion. I get mine from Sephora. It's truly the best. Mwah, love it. Can't live without it. Speaking of the slick back, my other hairstyle thing that I really don't think I picked up until towards the end of 2024, but this is a recommendation from Miss Molly May. If you're a Love Island fan, then you know, and she recommended this brush from the Smooth Company, and it's just a really nice fine bristle brush that helps so much with those slick back hairstyles. And let me just tell you, some of my slick back hairstyles were not slicked, and I think it's just also like my hair texture. So I don't get that super tight slick look, but this is as close as I can possibly get. And I've tried a couple other brushes that people have recommended, and they're like, this helps my slick back so much. It did nothing for me. This thing, however, really has been the one thing that has made the most difference to me. I do think it was like a solid like 30 bucks or something like that, but to me, it's worth it because I use it quite regularly, and it's just the perfect, it has like a slight little curve to it. It's the perfect brush for a slick back. Just trust me. If you've been considering it, definitely recommend it. Okay, enough of like the beauty world. Now we're gonna move into the fashion world. I'm gonna start with accessories because I have so many accessories that I have fallen in love with over this past year. And I feel like accessories really sometimes do make or break an outfit. You know, when you're in the mood for something more simple, like today, I just have like some glasses, a simple necklace, some simple earrings. But other times it's like, I want a little more bold statement with like my necklace or the glasses I'm wearing or whatever. And it's just so fun to play around with different accessories for your different moods. So the first 2 items that I'm kind of counting in one are these incredible vintage watches that I picked up on Etsy. They're so beautiful. The first one literally doesn't have a name. It's just this gorgeous chain link gold watch. It says quartz on the face of it, and then on the back it says Japan Movement stainless steel back. But it has this beautiful clasp. It has these really pretty sort of like rhinestones in the front of it. It's so delicate. It's so pretty. I just love wearing watches like this as a fun little accessory. To be fair, I don't think either of these have working batteries in them. Well, this one does. So I will need to work on setting the time. It's truly just for the fashion of it all, but I love this one. And then the other one, this one is a vintage Guess watch, and it's more of like a kind of 90s fun, like leather braided type of wristwatch. It has a kind of like squarish or I guess rectangle face, and it's just so nostalgic for me. It's exactly something I would have worn back in the day, and I love it. I think both of these are so fun, and finding vintage watches for me has become such an exciting little thrill. So I had some Etsy credits to use, and I picked these up, and I will definitely be on the hunt for many more when I go thrifting or whatever it may be. So I can't like link these for you, but highly recommend checking out Etsy, just seeing what you can find, or going on like Poshmark, Depop, going to estate sales, going to thrift stores, whatever. You can find some really cute stuff. Next up, it will come as no surprise to anyone that glasses are just one of my biggest accessory staples for last year. I really fell in love with glasses over the last couple of years. These are all prescription, by the way, and these are all from I Buy Direct. Not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, ooh boy am I down. Like, I love them. I use them all the time. They have such affordable frames for both prescription and non-prescription glasses. You can do sunglasses with most frames. Like, they are just so good. The pair that I'm wearing right now are from there. I have all of my like most commonly worn glasses always linked in my description box because I get so many questions about it. But these newer pairs that I picked out recently, this first one is called Shistapal. I'm not sure how to say it, but it's like these really cute rectangle, very sort of like early 2000s glasses. I love this pair. I also have this pair that I'm dropping everywhere. These are called Effect. It's kind of like a black aviator. I love wearing these. They're so chic, so fun. And then the last pair, which is for sure my favorite, is called Surrey. I love these. These are kind of reminiscent of the really popular oval shaped glasses from like I think Miu Miu, and there's another brand as well, but these are a lot bigger and these are just much more me. I love these things. I want to wear them every single day. So honestly, highly recommend I Buy Direct if you're interested in getting some like really affordable glasses for either fake glasses, real glasses, whatever it may be. They have tons of lens options as well. So yeah, I like really recommend them. So good. Next up, this will come as a surprise to no one. It's charm necklaces. I really had the time of my life with charm necklaces in 2024. I actually bought a vintage like dead stock charm necklace that you could kind of DIY on Etsy, and I really loved that one. But I also found that Target had some like pre-made charm necklaces that were so cute. They had so many different options. Strongly recommend checking out Target if you're looking for more of like an affordable option. So I have this kind of like celestial looking one with like a star and heart and a crystal and a sun. I have this kind of like gemstone looking one that has a lot of really pretty, just like kind of more bold charms on it. And then I also have this one, which is kind of my funkiest. It has like a little gummy bear, some pretzels, a freaking cowboy boot, a butterfly. Like, what's not to love? I just think these are all great, and I think they were all under like $15. So strongly recommend Target if you're looking for charm necklaces and just something a little fun and extra to like zhuzh up your outfit, you know? And then for my last accessory or jewelry, I have these hoop earrings. I got these on Amazon. They're very affordable, but oh, they are so good. They're like kind of a little bit more oversized. I guess you would kind of call them like a medium chunky hoop. They're not super huge, but they're the perfect size for me. I literally have them in both yellow gold and like a silver. Well, I don't think it's real, but like in a gold tone and a silver tone, because I wear these so often that I needed them in both. They have my dream kind of like clasp in the back. I like the ones that have this little thing. I'm not sure what it's called, but instead of like a little stud that you have to put on the back or any other kind of earring enclosure there is, I prefer these the best. They're a lot safer for if like it accidentally pulls, you can just like, you know, let it fall off your ear instead of quite literally ripping a hole in your ear. So I love these. Very affordable, very cute. I just feel like they're so chic, especially when you have your hair up and you just have this little thing poking out. Just the best. I literally love it. Okay, now for clothes themselves, I really wanted to narrow this down to things that I reached for multiple times a week. Like, these were my staple, my go-to, my ride or die, as I said before. And the very first thing I could think of when I was thinking of clothing was these jeans. These Levi's baggy dad jeans are truly everything and more to me. I love these jeans so much. I have never worn comfortable jeans in my life, and these are so comfortable. Like, I sometimes forget I'm wearing jeans. I love these so much that I have each wash in 2 sizes. I think I mentioned that in a previous video, but I have the light wash in 2 sizes and I have the darker wash in 2 sizes because I need to wear them at all times, like, and my body always fluctuates. So that's how much I love them. This is the straight size 34, but I also have the plus size 16, and then this is the plus size 16, and I also have the plus size 14. So there's a lot to choose from, and I love these. The only thing I will dock points for is just because I'm tall. I'm like 5'9", so they're a little cropped on me. I would love like a really long pair. Like, that would be incredible. But if you're a short girly, oh man, these are gonna be your favorite jeans. Next up, I won't take too much of your time because man, do I sound like a broken record with this, but these Old Navy Power Soft skirts, I think they're called. These athletic skirts from Old Navy are the only skirt that I have been able to wear that have shorts that are long enough for my chafing thighs. And I wear these, I'm telling you, I've worn them to Disneyland. I've worn them all over the place traveling, and they never do me wrong. So I have this kind of like ribbed skirt from them. I don't think they make this ribbed one anymore. I got this like a couple years ago. And then I have like just their typical high-waisted Power Soft skirt. It does have the little logo on the back, but I always wear something that covers it so you're not able to tell. And I will pick these over like a traditional skirt literally any day of the week. I love it so much. Another thing I have talked about a lot on my channel this year especially are these Daydreamer t-shirts. They're a LA-based brand. They're very expensive. A lot of people get mad at me when I recommend them, but I'm telling you, they're the best t-shirts ever. They have the perfect fit. I have the ones that are one size. I have the ones that are plus size. Literally any size you get, it's gonna be incredible. I have a Blondie one, I have a Queen one, I have a Spice Girls one, I have a Bruce Springsteen one, I also have a Shania Twain one that's in the wash right now. Like, these are just my go-to. If you are a t-shirt girly and you need that like soft, comfortable, vintage feeling, broken in, not thick, like very thin, soft material, this is the one. Like, I'm telling you. Then for shoes, I figured I would show you my 2 most worn pairs of sneakers for 2024 because sure, okay, I've worn a lot of like chunky loafers. I've been wearing those since like 2019. I've worn my Birkenstocks and things like that, but those aren't as fun, you know? I want to show you like the really fun sneakers that I have collected this year, and these are my 2 comfiest and best pairs, and it's these 2 right here. Now I will say, again, they are pricey. These are the Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66. These have blown up since I bought them. These were originally from Madewell where I got them, and I think they were maybe $100, which is expensive, but now they're way more than that. I love them so much. They are the comfiest shoes I've ever worn. They have like a arch support in them. I've worn them to Disneyland. I've worn them all over the place, and they have truly withstood the test of time. Like, they are just so good. And then this pair is just so cute. These were a limited edition collaboration that Wales Bonner did with Adidas, and these are like this leopard samba with the fold over tongue and the pop of blue, and I had been thinking about these for like a year, I think, before I bought them, and I saw them on Poshmark, and I got them because I had credits, so they were free for me. That's the only reason I got them, because who is spending $200 on shoes? Like, not me. They give me that extra bit of like stylishness without compromising comfort, and that's why I'm a sneaker girl through and through. I just love them both so much, and I had to mention them. I know they're expensive though, so don't hate me. Okay, the next category is gonna be my best thrift finds of 2024. I am 99% sure all of these were from 2024. I tried to go back and like look on my channel, but these were things that were just front of mind when I was thinking about some of my favorite things that I thrifted this year. It would be impossible to include all of it because I just love thrifting so much. It brings me so much joy, and I find so many things that I love. But here are just like a few things that to me are like top of the list. Number 1 being this cute little art piece that I got at an estate sale up in the hills in Westwood in LA, and it's so cute. It's like a embroidered little piece of art. It's super tiny. It's like barely fits in the palm of my hand, and this is called Embroidery Bra Aitken, I think it says, and it's from Inverness in Scotland. So it's just cool that it made its way across the world, and now it's sitting in my home. It's actually usually right there behind me, like in this little spot on my wall, but I took it down just to show it because I don't know, I love finding pieces that people have collected throughout their life and then taking them and putting them into my home and filling my home with love and memories, and it just feels really special to me to like have a whole new life with me. I hope it's happy here. And like all of my thrifted art, I love it so much. The next thing for actual clothing that I could think of is this gorgeous skirt that Miss Alexa Sunshine 83 found for me. We were at the thrift store together. This is from the brand Faded Glory. So this is an old Walmart find, but it's got like a little vintage tag moment, and I love this skirt. I think it adds so much fun to like a look, even if I was just wearing a sweater like this and then threw on this skirt underneath and did some like black sambas. Like, oh, that's such a fun look, and it's just something a little different than your typical tiered maxi skirt. Another one that I really love is this jersey. If my closet clean out video went up before this, then you'll have seen me talk about it. I'm pretty sure it's somebody's like high school jersey, like an actual football jersey, but I love it. I just think it's so fun. I think it's like just playful and silly, and I styled styled this with a cute little black skirt, the Old Navy one that you saw, with some cowboy boots when I went thrifting with my friend Macy and her sister Lexi, and I just like felt so cute. I love it. I just love finding funky things like that at the thrift store. Then I found this sweater, which is just everything. It's actually a copycat to another sweater that I have that I love dearly, and like I just was so excited to find this because it's one of my favorite sweaters, and now I found it in a different color. It's beautiful, it's grandpa chic. And then my #1 thrift find of the year had to be this now considered vintage Taylor Swift t-shirt. Can we even believe it? Like, this is a debut self-titled era t-shirt. It literally is from like one of her earliest tours. I cannot believe that I found this, and it is in fact in a size small. It's quite literally a baby tee on me. I don't care. As my body fluctuates and grows throughout life, I will wear this and it will fit me in many different ways, and I just can't believe that I found a like considered, scarily, but considered vintage Taylor Swift tee. I've been looking for this forever. I'm always on the hunt for Taylor Swift merch when I'm thrifting, and I got it for less than like $1 bajillion. Is incredible. I literally got DMs from people being like, I'll pay you $1,000 for that. And I'm like, I want it. It's truly one of my most iconic finds, and I will love it till the day I die. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the juicy stuff. We're gonna talk about books, podcasts, TV shows, all that kind of stuff. And the first thing, starting off with books, I read I think like 18 books in 2024, nothing crazy. I'm not one of those like 50 to 200 books kind of girls, but I read like, you know, a book or so a month. And my favorites that I could think of off the top of my head, the first one is a book called And Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This is set in the UK. It's about a woman whose daughter goes missing and kind of all of the events leading up to her disappearance, and also how this woman's life has been affected since then. And there's just a lot of twists and turns, and really, really, like, it felt like I was watching a crime show. Like, it was so intense and so good. Also, I had to mention the Housemaid series. I believe the third book came out in like September of 2024, and it's just so good. It's like such an easy read. It's so quick. It flies by. It really grips you, honestly. The Housemaid series is 3 different books about a woman named Millie, a young woman who takes a nannying job, and it just kind of seems odd from the start. And she has a complicated past that kind of intertwines with some of the things from the book, and this family is very bizarre, and there's just so many twists and turns, and you do not see it going in the direction that it goes. Like, it's just so good. And then, yeah, it kind of follows her throughout her life in the second and third books, and I love it. The next one is actually two Christmas books that I read during my Christmas readathon. If you didn't watch my Vlogmas on my vlog channel, I did an entire dedicated video where I read like 2.5 Christmas themed books in 24 hours, and I had so much fun doing it. 2 of the books that I really loved from that were Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey and The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. Both of those authors have written book series that I have loved a lot, so I read those Christmas books. I know it's not Christmas anymore, but like if you're in the mood, or if you want to download them for next Christmas or whatever, strongly recommend them. But if you also haven't read from those authors before, they're good. It's like horny, cheesy romance. There's some spice. It's just fun. It's just good fun. So strongly recommend both of those authors. For TV shows, I am like president of TV Show Nation. I watch so much television. I just love watching TV shows. I'm much more of a TV show over movie kind of girl, and that's just how I've always been. So I couldn't really remember everything I watched in 2024, to be honest, but things that stood out for me were Love Island UK, of course. I mean, it's about to come on. I think by the time I upload this video, it'll be like days away, which is thrilling. Everybody was really all about Love Island USA this year, but I am just an OG Love Island UK girl. I love it so much. Drew and I have been watching it since like I think around the pandemic, and we love it. If you love anything to do with British culture, or just love watching absolute trash reality TV that is so gripping and so bad and so good at the same time, I couldn't recommend Love Island UK enough. Seriously, buy the VPN, do what you gotta do. I have an ITV account, and then we use a VPN and we just watch it on my laptop. Sometimes we airplay it to like the Google Home or whatever, but oh, it's so good. I love it. A show that we watch almost every single night is a show called Escape to the Country. We've watched like almost every single episode, I think, that is available on streaming, and it is essentially our dream come true. That is not possible because we can't get a visa to go to the UK, but it is a show where people move from busier parts of England or Scotland or Wales to more of like a remote countryside location. And so they take these people on tours through these unbelievable cottages in the countryside. It's like these like perfect chocolate box thatched roof cottages that have the most beautiful views, the most beautiful scenery, so much character. If you love British architecture, it is like an absolute dream come true. I could not recommend it enough. It's so good. Next up is Shrinking. I love this show so much. I laugh in every single episode. I cry in every single episode. It has quickly become one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, I do think it's in my top 10 favorite shows of all time. It has some of the same writers from Ted Lasso, which makes sense because that's also one of my favorite shows of all time. If you loved Ted Lasso, you will love Shrinking. I strongly recommend watching Shrinking. I would say more than any other show. It's the best. Another show that we fell in love with last year was a show called Bad Sisters. It's so good. It's so good. I really, really loved it. It's a group of, I think, like 5 sisters living in Ireland. Some bad things happen. They're trying to basically get their sister out of like a really bad situation, and a lot of chaos ensues. It is definitely like a dark but also funny but also really gripping show. I just love it so much, and truly Apple TV has been crushing it lately with the shows. Like, they are just unmatched with television at the moment. So good. I had to mention Squid Game. Obviously, season 2 came out really like right at the very end of last year, and Drew and I spent pretty much the entire time when we were sick binging the whole thing, and it was so good. I even arguably liked this season a little more than last season. Like, I was locked in. I was watching and screaming at my TV. I was crying. I was laughing. There were just so many incredible characters and actors in that show. It's unbelievable, these people, what they have done with this show, and it's obviously really heavy and really intense, and also just a bigger kind of overarching like message about capitalism and society and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's no other show like it, so definitely Squid Game became like probably in my top 3 favorite shows of 2024 by far. I also had to mention the Gavin and Stacey series finale, which aired on Christmas. I don't think we watched it until like the day after or something like that, but oh man, it's one of my favorite shows. I'm not a big James Corden fan, just full disclosure. I don't know a lot of people that are, but he did his big one with that show. Let me tell you, that show, it is hilarious, it is funny, it is heartwarming, it is beautiful, it's all of the things, and I'm gonna miss those characters so deeply. If you've been looking for something silly to binge, watch Gavin and Stacey and then watch all of the specials that they did following. I think they did a maybe 2020 special or something like that, and then now they've done, I guess, a Christmas special, but it has nothing to do with Christmas. It's just the series finale, and it's perfect. The ending was perfect. Everything was perfect. I loved it so much. I just had to mention that as well because it's a show that I'm gonna miss forever. I listened to a couple of podcasts this year. I'm not like a massive podcast person, but I do enjoy popping in my headphones and going for a walk and listening to a podcast, because a lot of times if I'm doing something else, I'm not gonna be able to pay attention. I'm just not. 2 that I really enjoyed this year, I'm pretty sure they're this year, Scamanda and The Teacher's Pet. Those are both true crime related series. Scamanda is a podcast about a woman in Northern California who had a blog about having cancer and all of the things that she was given based on this blog, and all of the people in her community that helped her and how much money she raised. And then like, you find out she doesn't actually have cancer. It's like literally crazy. And then The Teacher's Pet is about a case that happened in like the beaches of Sydney in Australia in like the, I think, mid 80s, and it's insane. It's about a woman who goes missing and the things that happened following, her family's really heartbreaking accounts of that time, and how her husband had their quote-unquote nanny, who was a 16-year-old woman, move into their house like the day she went missing, and then they immediately got married, and there's just a lot of stuff. It's crazy, just trust me. So I definitely recommend both of those, and if you have any podcast recommendations, please let me know because I love things around both of those categories. Last but not least, I'm gonna end it on some YouTubers that I really enjoyed watching in 2024. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about all of them because this video is long enough, but I will link all of these people down in the description box below. Some of these I actually mentioned in my 2023 video, but I just love them that much and I'm still watching them and I still want to recommend them. So on my list I have Zoella. Enough said. Like, she has had quite the renaissance recently, and honestly, like, I've never stopped watching Zoella. For me personally, I've always been a Zoella girly. If you are into like a really feel good type of vlog, definitely recommend her, especially her Vlogist and her Vlogmas series. So good. I also have Molly May. She is the queen of the Love Island UK franchise, in case you didn't know, and I love following her. I love her vlogs, and I have really gotten into them recently, and I'm very excited. She has like a docuseries that's coming out on Amazon Prime in like, I don't know, a week or something like that, so love her. I discovered Madeline Olivia in 2024. She lives in a cozy little cottage in Cornwall in the UK. She does cozy recipes, she does fashion, she does it all. Love her. Hermione Chantal is a YouTube friend that I've had for years, honestly, and I have loved her videos for a long time, but I have especially loved since she moved back home to the UK from South Korea, where she had been living for a few years. And she and her wife are renovating their old Victorian home, and it's so entertaining to watch, and I want to go there very badly. So if you're into like home renovation content, thrifting, all of that kind of stuff, definitely recommend her channel. Next up we have Kinging It. I think I've mentioned them before. They are like a van life couple that bought a house in the Scottish Highlands and they're renovating it, and they're just very entertaining, very positive to watch. Love watching them. I had to mention Michelle and Aline. I think I mentioned them last year, but they are some of my oldest, dearest YouTube friends that I've had since like 2015, and their channel is my comfort. Like, it's like nobody talk to me, my show is on, everybody shut up. I love them so much. They are a sister duo who lives in New York City, and they just have the coziest, warmest hug of a vlog channel. It's such a treat watching them live their lives, and I think way more people should be watching them, so definitely recommend checking them out down below. Of course, had to mention my friend Ryan Christina. I love watching her vlogs. She took a little bit of a break throughout different parts of 2024 and is now back vlogging again, and I just love watching her content. Love her just like dedication to the content creator grind, and it's really motivating to watch her channel. I just love her personality in general. She's also super talented. Definitely recommend her. I love watching Squirmy and Grubs, aka Hannah and Shane. I've been watching them for years. I adore them. Like, I just love their channel. I love their humor. I love their relationship. I love everything about them. They're an interabled couple, and they've taught me so much about different things, and I just love watching them live their lives. I think they're great and hilarious and wonderful, and everyone should be watching them. Also had to mention, again, I know I mentioned her in my last year's video, but Evelyn from the Internets is truly one of my favorite YouTubers. Like, I will be watching her videos and just like smiling from ear to ear, and Drew will literally look over at me and be like, "Are you watching your friend again?" And I'm like, uh-huh. Like, I love her. She makes me laugh out loud in every single video. I am nothing if not a Thirsty Thursday stan. If you know, you know, I'm literally like worship the ground she walks on. And last but not least, again, I think I mentioned this in like a previous video, but I have been obsessed with watching. Okay, my battery did in fact die, so I need to wrap this up. But last but not least, I have really been enjoying watching my camping girlies. I like watching YouTube videos of things that like I would personally probably never do, because it's like I get to live the experience without doing it. So I had like randomly, because of my algorithm, discovered this entire side of YouTube, which is mostly the ones that I've watched are, the channels that I've watched are Korean women going camping, and they pack the most elaborate things. They have literally like stoves that they bring with them. They have blow up couches, they have beds, they have literally everything, and it's so entertaining to watch. They cook these like full scale meals for themselves in like the middle of the woods. They bring their dog with them. It's truly incredible, and one of my favorites is Kieran Camp. I watch her like every Sunday. I literally love it, and I strongly recommend it. It's kind of like ASMR as well. It's just so nice. So yeah, you know, you could say those are a few of my favorite things from 2024. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me in 2024. And then, you know, again in 2025, it means so much to me. I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.